Tonight, you will walk into a dark room and your hand will find the switch without thinking. The room will flood with light. You won't feel anything, but your heart rate just changed before you even touched that switch. Why would something so simple make your body react at all? The answer isn't really about the dark. It's about what used to live in it. For most of human history, there was no switch. When the sun went down, the world got dangerous. Your ancestors slept in open shelters, on exposed ground. There were no walls thick enough to stop a predator. Firelight only reached so far. Beyond it was a wall of black, and inside that black were things that could kill you quietly. Anthropologist Sarah Blaffer-Hrdy has argued that early humans survived not because they were the strongest animals around, but because they were the most watched. Groups slept close together. Someone stayed half awake. Darkness wasn't just an absence of light, it was an absence of visibility, and visibility was survival. You couldn't see a leopard's approach. You couldn't see a snake near your foot. Your ears became your eyes. Every snapped branch mattered. Every silence that lasted too long mattered. Here's the strange part. Your brain didn't evolve to fear the dark as an idea. It evolved to fear uncertainty. Darkness produces more uncertainty than any other condition your senses can experience. And uncertainty, to an ancient nervous system, means one thing. Something might be there, and you can't confirm it either way. Psychologist Joseph Ledoux, who has spent decades mapping how the brain processes threat, found that the amygdala reacts to potential danger faster than conscious thought can register what it saw. A shadow moves. Your alarm system fires before your eyes finish confirming it was just a curtain. That gap isn't a malfunction. It's an inheritance. Picture your ancestor lying awake 10,000 years ago. No confirmed danger exists, but the mind doesn't calm down. It can't. Nothing is there and something is there sound exactly the same in pitch darkness. The safest assumption was never calm. It was vigilance. And here's the twist. That vigilance wasn't a flaw. It's the exact trait that kept your bloodline alive long enough to produce you. The humans who felt nothing in the dark, who slept carelessly, who ignored the rustle outside the shelter. Many simply didn't survive to pass that calmness on. The anxious ones did. The ones who startled at shadows lived. And they had children who inherited the same jumpy alarm system. You are, quite literally, descended from the humans who were the most afraid of the dark. Now for the modern mirror. You don't sleep in an open cave anymore. Nothing is stalking your street tonight, but that ancient alarm system never got an update. Think about the last time you were home alone and heard a sound you couldn't place. Your body didn't check a calendar. It didn't remind itself that you have locked doors and a phone in your pocket. None of that mattered in the moment. For a few seconds, some very old part of you was back in that shelter, listening past the fire. Even horror movies exploit this directly. Why do almost all of them rely on darkness and silence before a reveal? Because the uncertainty right before the reveal is unbearable, and your nervous system has been unbearable, uncertainty-averse for a few 100,000 years. Developmental researchers have also noticed something telling. Fear of the dark tends to peak in early childhood, right around the age when a child's imagination becomes sophisticated enough to generate hypothetical threats. But before their reasoning can rule those threats out. Same ancient formula. Uncertainty plus an unproven imagination equals maximum fear. Adults have just gotten better at talking themselves down, not at eliminating it. So why do you still flip that switch a little too fast sometimes? Why does a hotel room feel different once the lights go off? Because for nearly all of human history, darkness genuinely was the most dangerous condition a person could be in. Not metaphorically, literally. It was the leading environmental threat to a creature without claws, without night vision, without much speed. You exist because your ancestors treated darkness as a 5-alarm event, every single night, for hundreds of thousands of nights in a row. You inherited that alarm. It doesn't know streetlights exist. It doesn't know your door has 3 locks. It only knows one rule, passed down through every surviving generation before you. When you cannot see, assume something is watching you back. So tonight, when you walk into a dark room and your hand finds the switch without thinking, notice that half second before the light comes on. That's not irrational fear. That's the oldest, most successful survival strategy your species ever developed. quietly still running just for you.